Amge doje shaje reisa nong yinje mado deje bongjong ba seje lambo tabar jibe ge shaje yarbe shabla ge zanze yagara pinchen pola kadenje peman jone kalan denong Dada lano zimbe gandenze orje rombo je la sorwande romin chije yenje podang ne de zom sanje genje ngowo ransen jige ngongzon donze be zawe lam ja la sorwande. Okay, so now we're going to go into the teaching. So teaching is way of Bodhisattva, composed by the Shantidevas. So this is chapter 10. Today we are in the chapter 6. So chapter 6 is participation chapter. Participation chapter has 134 verses. So today we are in the 94 verses, 94. So just follow the last week teaching is the participation, different ways we using the method. So Shantideva, he give us many different methods to participation, different ways, control our emotion and anger. So there's also another method. Another method is 94 is the sense short life songs are inanimate. They cannot possibly think of praising me. But as it makes the bestower of praise happy. My reputation is a source of pleasure for me. So then we have to think this way, when someone prays. So then this the praise is the songs, the just words and the songs. So that songs is inanimate, no mind in there. So then that words actually they don't have a mind, they don't have any intention. So words want you make happy or unhappy, because it's just song. The song didn't have anything kind of like the intention. You become make happy and joy. So that's the reason they cannot possibly think of praising me. The song not really going to anything praising for us. But as it makes the bestower praise happy, so the song the praise, like someone praise, then we think, oh, someone praised to me. So then even I don't happy, but the reason is like, like who praised, the person is happy. So that's the reason I'm also happy too. So, but it makes the bestow of praise happy for them, who praise for us, for others. So that's the reason my reputation is a source of pleasure for me. So that's why I'm happy, because they're happy, I'm happy. So make sense or no? The main point is Shantideva, the first two verses is, someone praise you, why you happy? Because the praise, like someone praise you, is just words and the song. The song didn't have mind, then they don't have any intentions. Just only song means like no intention. So then our reply for Shantideva say, oh, I'm happy because the reason is who praise me, they are happy. So that's the reason I'm happy. So then verses 95, also Shantideva say, okay, then you happy, the reason is someone happy, others happy. That's the reason you happy. But whether there is praise is directed at myself or someone else, how shall I be benefited by the joy of the who bestow it? Since that joy and happiness is his alone, I shall not obtain even a part of it. So this praise, but whether this praise is directed at myself or someone, so the praise too, directly come to ourselves or for someone. Then someone else, how shall I be benefited? So that praise, like how can benefit for us by this joy? Or he bestow it. So that person who at the is praise, that person is joy, how you can get joy because that is not your joy. Since that joy and happiness is his alone, that is belong to him, that doesn't have you anything. I shall not obtain even part of it. You don't get any part of that. That's the reason why you say you like the attached to praise. So actually, praise someone else, but the praise is words, no any intention. Then we say just, oh, someone happy, that's why I'm happy. If someone happy is like not yours happy. So that's the reason that happy doesn't make you anything great, anything change you. So the happy is belong to the other person, not yours. So that's why the happy is doesn't have you anything. So now verses go to 96. But if I do find happiness in this happiness, then surely I should fare the same way towards all. And if this were so, then why am I unhappy when others find pleasure in that which bring them joy? So then still we say, oh, I'm happy because anyway, just someone is happy, I'm happy. So, but if I do find happiness in this happiness, someone is happiness, then surely, I should fare the same way towards all. Then we also, why not happy for our enemies get something happiness? So we surely open our own mind, or happy, like not only like, our son who prays to you, and then they are happy, I am happy. If who no praise me, they're happy, I'm not happy. So you cannot say like that way. The Shantideva mean point says, then all these beings have happiness, so you must be happy. Not only like some kind of like, your friend and relatives who praise you, they're happy, you're happy. That is like kind of a, bias. And also we call another one is not so kind of like we don't have a like equal to all everyone. And so main point Shantideva said, if you happy that, then also happy other beings have something happy, and also even like your enemy get happiness, you also have to happy to that too. Then why you not unhappy your enemies get happiness? So you should happy also same is like you happy for your someone praise to you. Make sense of that or no? It's a little bit harder there explain, but I understand the words exactly. But when I explain, it's like, the kind of like not really give you exactly, I think, clearly. So hope you understand that. Uh, pleasure. So then, when others find pleasure in that which brings them joy, so then see our enemy is happy, then we also have to bring our happy too. Why we are going to upset for, we doesn't like someone. If they get happy, then you also share that happiness too. You know why we upset. So that's information is more actually clear in this another verses. We go to 97. Therefore, the happiness that arises from thinking, being praised, is invalid. It is only the behavior of a child. Mm, so someone like praise to us, like talking good things, then you use that and thinking that become you are happy, from thinking I am being praised, so is invalid. It is only the behavior of a child. So that is Shantideva said, like same is the child, because the praise is just words, and also uh, so the praise is like nothing benefit, but still you joy and happy. So that means like you are same as a child, because you don't understand like what is the real happiness, you know. So this kind of praise happiness, main point is nothing going to benefit you. So that kind of praise actually causes of suffering, because you create emotions. So that is the causes of emotions, not the causes of like become happiness. The reason is 98. Praise and so forth distract me and also undermine my dissolution, which is cyclic existence. I start and also undermine my dissolution, which I started to envy those who have good qualities, and all the very best is destroyed. So press and so forth distract me means like someone press to us. Then that's actually distract for our practice. Uh, Reason is, and also undermine my dissolution, which is cyclic existence. Like you, if you have practiced four thoughts meditations, so you cultivating precious human body, and you recognize impermanent, you recognize cause and effect, you understanding defect of samsara, you have renunciation, really strong arise in your mind, you wanted to free from samsara, and you are going to practice dharma very strongly, put effort, but someone press you, and then that's, lose your practice like renunciation. Renunciation arises from the practice like forethought meditation. So you put too much effort to practice forethought meditation, you have renounce, then someone press you, so you think, oh, samsara is perfect. You are attached to that words, attached to the press, and then become your ego is become arising, and your pride ego is arising. Your then also due to that, and so you lose all this your practice, dharma, and recognize the some defect of samsara, and you lose that, your ego is arise, then also you have jealousy too, who has good qualities, who another actually also we can say like practitioners also arise to jealous to them. So that kind of arise, that's lose the actually your quality, and actually that press really destroy your happiness. So the main point you have to understanding up there, looks like we don't want press, but the main point is like someone press, you have to recognize its words and not too strong attached to that, not attached to the words. And then someone like telling harsh words, not strongly hatred to that. So you can create a balance yourself, right? Otherwise, you always follow the words, then become your same is the door. The same is the door means like we throw the stone, door always chasing the stone. I don't know in the US does like that. I think see, yeah, some people throw something and the door jump into the water, everywhere. So the become we are saying is the door. Then we lose our control ourselves. So that's the reason if strong attached to the press, then someone press you happy, someone telling you harsh words, you unhappy, and then always this words is distracting our mind. So that's the reason, we chant the mantra. When we chant the mantra, all songs is mantra. Means like pleasant songs, praise songs, or hatred songs, whatever comes, all is put in the equanimity. It's pure. Transformed to the impure words, and the sound is pure perception. So then the words cannot affect our mind. So otherwise, we are stay within the samsaric beings together. So Shantideva already talked, the samsaric beings is childish. So they praise you, their harsh words and like unpleasant words telling to you. So you can hear every day unpleasant words. You can hear every day pleasant praise to you, praise words too. So you attach to the words, hatred to the words, then you never ever get happy. That's always you follow by the words, and these words distracting for you. So that's the reason Shantideva said, when someone praise you, don't have to attach to that. The reason is the words is a song. No any intention there, no mind. So that doesn't actually benefit you anything. So you can receive that, but don't have to attach to that. Then you say, oh, I really attach because I like praise words. I am happy. The reason is also the other who praise me, that person also happy. So then, okay, so that's good. You happy, reason is who praise to you, that person is happy. Then why you not happy, your enemy also have sometimes happy, then you also happy, rejoice to that too. You can open your mind, no bias, and for equally for accept all beings happiness, rejoice all beings happiness. Not only someone praise you, so you pick up that words and then say, oh, I'm happy because he praised me, and he is happy. That doesn't change you and it doesn't have you. So that is the main point here. Uh, then I start to envy those who have good qualities. See, it's become jealousy arise who has good qualities. The reason is because someone's telling you are great, you have knowledge, you have wisdom, you have compassion, something. Then actually that is if you really have that, but you not attached to the words. Sometimes we don't have the practice like really in that level practice, like kind of good qualities through come from our practice. But then someone press to us, so we think, oh yeah, I am something special. So then that's create more, ego. Then also you think you are special, then who are really someone special, then you have jealousy to that too. So you don't recognize that qualities, that you don't receive all others qualities, become is you know we get the obstacle for our practice of dharma, because like due to the like small things affected a lot. Something small things like press is become create ego, and then that affected the laws. We don't recognize. Then some spiritual who has really good qualities, we don't receive that. So that's we understanding. We have also, maybe you also have own experience. I also have my own experience due to that. So we someone press to us, we have to really look to our mind. And if you have the qualities, it's great, but and the main point, the words not attached to the words, no hatred to the words. Just recognize the words is emptiness. Same is the echo sound. So then that helps you become, take the whatever you hear is economically. And all this very best is destroyed. Then your all good qualities is destroyed. So then 99, therefore, are not those who are closely involved in destroying my press and the like, also involved in protecting me from falling into the unfortunate realms. So we have to, the Shantidevas, we have to protecting ourselves. Actually, this press is going to destroy, honors, press, and so this many, like just some sort of good desire, things like destroy our happiness. That's the reason Shantideva said we have to protect ourselves. Therefore, are not those who are closely evolved in destroying my press and the like. So we have to uh, not attach to the press. We have to release our attachment, our press. The reason is also involved in protecting me. We can protect ourselves from falling into the unfortunate realms. So the main point I already shared up there, the reason is because if someone press us, we are attached to that. Then increasing all the negative qualities, decreasing our good qualities. So then that's, become, take us into the lower realms. So that's the reason someone press us, we have to release that, not attach to the press. The reason is from falling into the unfortunate realms. So then we go to the 100 verses 100. It's mean the result is why we don't want to attach to these words. The reason, I who am striving for freedom do not need to be bound by material gain and honor. So why should I be angry with those who free me from this bondage? That is great words. So that one, and then also 98. That too is like, like is you think about that two verses again and again. So this, the area, the main essence is holding these two words. 2 verses hold. So I who am starved for freedom, we're looking for freedom because we are on the way of Bodhisattva. So then we are, actually Bodhisattva because we contemplate, listening, teaching, contemplate, meditating in this practice, in this way of Bodhisattva. Our goal is freedom, for freedom. Do not need to be bound by material gain and honor. So we don't need this material gain and honor. This material gain and honor is obstacle for freedom. So what we wanting and become doing action is against each other, If you attach to material gain and honor and praise, that's the reason. So why should I be angry? Why we be angry? Because why we be angry with our enemies? Enemies helping for us for freedom. Our loved ones actually, create obstacle our freedom. But some samsaric beings don't recognize that. So practitioners who has wisdom, they're understanding that. So that's the reason the practitioners, meditators use equanimity, no bias. So that's why they bring that practice, no bias, equanimity, or is equally. With those who free me from these bondages. See, enemy really help for us free from our bondages, is free from samsara. Then why you going to angry to your enemies? Why you attach to your loved ones? Because your loved ones is obstacle your freedom. Enemies supporting your freedom, you angry to that. Who create you suffering, you love for them. Who create you happiness, you hatred to them. So that is called samsaric, childish beings. And that's the reason this all the high level practitioners recognize that. And their brain practice is equanimity. Then we go back to think about love meditation, compassion meditation. So our in this life loved ones, previous lifetimes he treated ones. In this life, he treated ones, previous life loved ones. So that's we have a story like Papa Katayana is like one of the noble being. He has clairvoyance. He went to bake the food. So the bake the food also have a reason because they go to bake the food and then sometimes they connect with other people, and who rapin and karma, they connect with them. Then they can share the teaching dharma to them. So they're not only seeking for food to eating, like Buddha said, you have to go to bake the food to give opportunity for other people who, uh, maybe someone has connections, karma is rappening. So then you can connect with them to give and share the Dharma teaching to them. So then Papa Katayana went into the village. So he baked the food. So then one woman hold the child, blessing the child and eating the meat. The dog really wanted the bones or something. So she kicked out the door. And the Katayana, he laughing. He says, samsara is ridiculous. Samsara really play the beings. You know, samsara play with the beings. The means, like he says, pasha sahin maladang means like eating father's meat, kick out mother. Pasha sahin maladang. Lengi dao bang zong means so all the lively connected enemy is holding in the lab. Okay, so the child is enemy's reincarnation. Mother is Pasha Sachi Maladam. Mother is draw reincarnation. Father is she eating the meat that is father's reincarnation. So Shantideva, the Katayana, he has clairvoyance. He recognizes that. He's seeing that clearly. So that he created like very beautiful song. It's kind of called realization song he has. So actually, all samsaric things like that, we really don't recognize because due to ignorance, we don't recognize anything. So who has clairvoyance? Like we doing so much, like kind of like crazy things. Who's seeing us? You know, like same is like childish, child, like don't know anything. Then you live in the many childish in the ground. So they're just like kind of or no make sense things, you know. There does lots of different kind of things, no make sense anything for eaters. So like that kind of like all these samsaric beings does often in all the time, 24 hours. But we don't recognize that. And so then see here also, actually enemies really give opportunity to freedom from samsara. Loved ones really create stuck in the samsara. So that's we have to understanding this 100 verses. So now 101 verses. Those who wish to cause me suffering are like Buddhas bestowing waves of blessing. As they open the door for my not going to unfortunate, why should I be angry with them? See, who going to harming for us, who going to create suffering for us, so are like Buddha bestowing waves of blessing. That's actually blessing for us. As they open the door for my not going to unfortunate, why should you be angry with them? They're actually closed door, lower realms closed door. They open the freedom door for us. Then why you angry to them? Because you want liberation, right? You want liberation. We already talked that it's in the 100 verses. Who am starving for freedom. So then these enemies really open door for us freedom door. And they're close samsara's door. Then why you are not angry with these enemies? Why you attached to loved ones? Because they're close freedom door, their open door is a samsaric door. It's opposite, right? So that's the reason you cultivate these verses, then comes no biased equanimity arise in your mind. So that is the become success for our practice. Successful is like completing this verses practice. So now we go to the verses 102. But what if someone should obstruct my gaining merit? With him too, it is incorrect to be angry. For since there is no fortitude similar to patience, surely I should put it into practice. But what if someone should obstruct my gaining merit? With him too, it is ignorant to be angry. So we think, oh, I'm going to create, the merit, like going to create like good causes of merit, like generosity, morality, or something, going to create good qualities. So this enemy create obstacle to my gaining merit. That's why I'm angry. So if you think that way, Shantideva said, if you really think that way, you cannot angry to your enemies. With him too, it is incorrect to be angry. Then you are really not incorrectly to be angry. Because you're angry, you're going to destroy your all merit. You say you're going to create your merit. This enemy is destructing your merit. That's the reason you're going to anger to, hatred to your enemies. Then actually enemies not really destroy your merit. Your anger destroy your merit. If you hatred to your enemies, that's why you are the doing things is incorrect to be incorrect, because too angry to the enemies. For since there is no fortitude similar to patience, so if you're going to create accumulation merit, the accumulation merit is highest level is participation. So you can practice passion, then you don't practicing, when you have opportunity practice passion, you don't use that. So then what you're saying, your thoughts, then your action is, Shantideva said, is against each other, incorrect. Because the saying is like, I'm going to create accumulation merit. Intention say, I'm going to create accumulation merit. But action, when you have create accumulation merit, highest level, perfect one, you remove that. You destroy that. So that's why, and no fortitude similar to patience means like you cannot create any accumulation merit like highest level than practice patience. If you lose practice patience, you cannot create any accumulation merit. That's why surely I should put it into practice. That's why we have to practice patience. If you practice patience, then you already create accumulation merit. If you don't practice patience, whatever you say, you're not creating accumulation merit. You're destroying accumulation merit. So now we go to the verses 130. If due to my own failings, I am not patient with this enemy, then it is only I who am preventing myself from practice this cause for gaining merit. See, who really create obstacle our gaining merit? So actually we create our own obstacle, like gaining our own merit. If due to my own failings, due to our, mistakes, wrongdoing, I'm not participating with this, and we don't participation with our enemies. So then it is only I who am preventing myself from practicing this cause for gaining merit. So we are become our own obstacle. So we have good opportunity create accumulation merit, but we preventing ourselves that from practicing this cause for gaining merit. So that means like we destroy our happiness causes ourselves. So no one other destroy our happiness causes happiness. So now we go to the verses 104. If without it something does not occur, and if with it it does come to be, then since this enemy would be the cause of patience, how can I say that we prevent it? So that's also more explain. Verses like 103 is going to more explain 104 is. So if without something does not occur, if without our enemies, then you cannot create participation. So participation causes is our enemies. Without our enemies, so if something does not occur means you cannot create participation, you cannot create accumulation merit. And if with it, if you have these enemies, then it does come to be, you can practice accumulation merit, you can practice patience. So you can practice like very, meaningfully practice Dharma, way of Bodhisattva. Then since this enemy would be the causes of patience, so then that's the reason, see, this enemy is like causes of our participation. How can I say that he prevent it? How can you say enemy is like obstacle my participation? Enemy is causes of participation. So enemy is not your cause obstacle for participation. How can I say that he enemy prevent it? Can you say that? No, right? Incorrect. So that's is more example. It's verses 105 is example. A bigger is not an obstacle to generosity. When I am giving something away, and I cannot say that those who give ordination are an obstacle to becoming ordained. See, when you're going to practice generosity, so beggar come to ask you food, clothes, or whatever they need, ask you. So you're going to practice generosity. Then how you can say, oh, this is my obstacle for my generosity? That is wrong, right? Because beggars can help you to create generosity practice. Without them, you cannot create generosity, practice generosity. So you can give something for them, then you create generosity. They are not obstacle. Beggars is not obstacle. Same thing. So, and I cannot say that those who give ordination, like when you're going to become monastic monks or nuns, someone give you the vows for to you. So then you cannot say, oh, here's my obstacle for my become ordained. So someone give you job, then that person is not obstacle you're getting the job, because that person give you the job, So same thing, when you're going to create accumulation merit, enemy is not obstacle. So enemy is helping for you create more strong, accumulation merit. That's up there, like we say, what I don't want to practice patience with my enemies because I'm going to create accumulation merit. They are destroy my merit. Then Shantidevas said, they're not destroy your merit. They're actually really helping you your merit. Without them, you cannot create merit. So that's examples, also these examples. Then verses 106. There are indeed many beggars in this world, but sicker are those who inflict harm. For it I have not injured others, for beings will cause me harm. So then you can connect with easily beggars, because so many people need to help. They need clothes, they need food, they need shelters, and you can support many different ways for others, because we recognize we have so many, like, as donations everywhere. And so you can give donations everywhere, so many different kind of place. They really need help too. So many beings need help. So the condition is not that hard to get. The condition is always there. It's easy. But participation condition is limited, not always there. So if you don't harm for someone, they're not going to harm you back too. So that's the reason Shantidevas say you can easily connect with this practice generosity, but very hard to practice patience, because not many conditions there. So if you mind is calm, you are become practitioner, your peace, you long as you have a compassion, love for others, then no one going to harm you, right? So that's the reason this Bodhisattva is very hard to get this practice patient object. But maybe ordinary beings who is disturbing their own mind, then there has more maybe object too, But like long as your mind is calm, long as your mind is peace, long as you have compassion, love for others, you cannot find many this obstacle object. So that's why for if I have not injured others, if you don't harm others, few beings will cause me harm, then the people not going to harm to you back. So that's the reason hard to get practice patient object. You have always available the generosity object there. You don't have all the time practice patient object there, long as your mind is compassion. So then this is also dependent, right? More practitioners, harder to get the object of patient. Then maybe someone is crazy mind, so then there has more object all the time, because they're disturbing others, And so that's why Shantidevas, if you don't harm for others, they don't going to harm you. So you harm for others, then of course they're harming you, so that you have more enemies. If you don't harm others, they don't going to harm you. That's why there you don't have much, object of participation. So now verses 107 is very good. This one also, 107 is, therefore, just like treasure appearing in my house without any effort on my behalf to obtain it, I should be happy to have an enemy, for he assists me in my conduct of awakening. So you don't have to put effort, hardship, anything. Just see, therefore, just like treasure appearing in my house. Means even you don't harm for any others, they're going to harm to you. So that is become treasure, appear to your home. Treasure is appear to your home. You don't put any effort to my behalf to obtain it. Means like you didn't harm for others, but they're going to harming to you. That means that is treasure. If you harm for others, then they're going to harming you back. Then we cannot say that it's treasure, because you are first causes, right? And we don't know the previous life what we did, but we have to follow in this life, what we happening. So If you don't harm for others, if they're going to harm to you, so that is treasure apple to your home. Because you didn't put any effort, behalf, like you didn't angry, you didn't create a problem for them to obtain it, but they apple to you. I should be happy to have an enemy. You have very happy, rejoice that. For the excess me in my conduct of awakening, that helps you guide your practice way of Bodhisattva. Access you, access me means you, they guide you, they helping you practice way of Bodhisattva. Then they waking you up means they take you to Buddhahood. They give you 100% freedom. Okay? So that's the reason they are treasure if you will recognize. Make sense? See, some samsaric beings, no possible to think that way. So we learn this way of Bodhisattva and we get more wisdom, understanding what is the causes of suffering, what is the causes of happiness. Usually we think causes of happiness is actually all is causes of suffering. So usually we think causes of suffering is actually the cause, if you use the right direction, causes of happiness. So that is become called Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva cannot be ordinary people. So cannot be same as ordinary people's action. You know what that does, right? Ordinary people does harm each other, create causes of suffering each other. So Bodhisattva means like opposite of that. So usually we attach to our loved ones, hatred to the others, but Bodhisattvas like not the hatred to the loved ones, they recognize loved ones distracting their liberation. So that reason they put equanimity for everyone, same. So who has that kind of thinking and cultivate, meditate, practicing this, become reduce our attachment, reduce hatred for others. So that's teaching is very powerful. This teaching really waking up our mind. So usually our mind is stuck with emotions because too narrow thinking, right? And we so attached to our loved ones, so hatred to the others. But actually this one give you more freedom. Even you are in the samsara, like we are in the samsara, like you dealing with these samsaric things, but give you more freedom. You can take care of your family, relatives, but not so strong attached to each other, like become less attachment, then you have more wisdom, then you can love for your loved ones. But when you have a strong attachment, you really cannot love correctly to them, taking care. You always create their suffering. That's I see the many families does like that. They're so strong, actually, kind of love, but actually they create so strong suffering each other. That is called attachment, love, causes of suffering. So Shantidevas say love is important, but love is unconditional love, create unconditional love. Love is causes of happiness love, not causes of suffering love. Causes of suffering love is, we don't have to teach, all these worldly beings has causes of suffering love. The love is so strong each other, but actually they create causes of suffering each other endless. They don't give each other actually freedom. So hard, mind is so tight, and no any open mind. That even their love, but they really create suffering for other loved ones. So then, long as you understanding these situations, you learn these verses, you can love your family, relatives, loved ones, but is you not really create causes of suffering. Is you just use this today, this couple verses here is this practicing, cultivate again and again, and meditate again and again. Change your life, change your whole family situations. Should actually each family have to learn these words. Everyone knows, understanding these situations, then they really don't create each other suffering. So that's very important section. Change the life. Our, these verses. That's why it's then here is I should be happy to have an enemy. We really love to have enemy, for he assists me in my conduct of awakening. They're going to take us to Buddhahood. So that's the reason. Then verses 108 is we're going to promise, kind of a promise, or like say, oh, recognize this enemy is so important. No, when I become Buddha, I'm going to help first my enemies. That's the Buddha Shakyamuni did. So I shared the story with you last time. Is when Buddha Shakyamuni is the kind of like practitioner something in the forest, he doing something himself, like previous life practicing and meditating. So this, I think the king and the five people comes and they just shoot arrow, and they care this meditator, like practitioner, that one. So then this practitioner didn't have angry for them. He comes so strong compassion them. He said, I'm going to, these people are first my waking time benefit, first benefit for them. So that is five disciples. They get through suffering because due to that lower realms, but then they free from that suffering due to Buddha's strong aspirations. So they become practitioner, and so then they practice together actually with Buddha, and the story. And when it's become Buddha is awakening, so he shared the Four Noble Truths for them. So also we have to like put that ways, like when someone to harm to you, and as long as your mind is open and you recognize, oh, that's really harming me, but I'm wishing this person, recognize, of course, that person really helping for waking us. They are treasure for us. You recognize that. And then when I become waking Buddha, I'm going to take, they are liberating. So that is this verses 108. And because I'm able to practice patience with him, he is with of being giving the very first fruit of my patience, for in this way he is the cause of it. So, and because I'm able to practice patience, like these enemies really put us practice patience. With him or her, so doesn't matter who is there. He is worthy of being given, so he give us practice like bodhicitta, practice patience. He really giving actually waking Buddha. He created causes of Buddha. He is worthy of giving, being giving, the very giving. So no, the very first fruit of my patience means like when I become fruit is like when I become a waking Buddha. So who help me on the path, practice patience. So for in this way, that's the reason in this beings first my object of teaching. He is the cause of it. That he help us awakening me, and know when I become Buddha. So my first purity, going to give teaching for them to awaken them. So that is the aspiration. But English, I don't know, go exactly that way, but it's Tibetan commentary goes that way. And root text is like kind of a similar English, but commentary is, give you more information. So when I become Buddha, the first purity, like first one, going to giving, helping them. Then it's like when I on the path, who help me practice patience. So that person, when I become Buddha, and I'm going to teach them first for them. So that is the 108 verses. So what usually we think samsaric beings, I became Buddha, first I'm going to help my family relatives who created me causes of attachment. I'm going to help them, right? So that is the relative beings, the samsaric beings. And Bodhisattva's aspiration is different. So then 109, verses 109, but why should my enemy be venerated? He has no intention for me to practice patience. Then why venerate the sacred Dharma? It too has no intention, but it is fit cause for practice. So there's also logic, we think, oh, why are we going to practice patience with our enemies? Because they don't have any intention to going to benefit us. So then if you think that, then you don't have to respect Dharma too, because the Dharma teaching didn't have any intention going to benefit to you too. But Dharma teaching helps you transform your mind, become Buddha. Ordinary mind is transformed to the Buddha's mind. So same that, it's the same logic. No intention for me to practice patience. Then why you venerate the sacred Dharma? Why you going to, like venerated Dharma? It too has no intention, but it is fit cause for practice. Dharma is causes of for practice. Dharma help you to guide and liberate you. So that's the reason Dharma is also venerated and honor for us, or venerated. I don't know how to use the words, so I think honor or venerated. Now we go to 110 verses. But surely my enemy is not to be venerated, for he intends to cause me harm. But how could patience be practiced? If, like doctors, people always strive to do me good, strive, STRIVE, right? So then we think, oh, why we have to practice patience for our enemies? The reason is surely my enemy is not be venerated. I don't want to respect my enemy because this for he intends to cause me harm. They really want me harm. Why I'm going to practice for patience for them? Why I venerated for my enemies? So that's usually we think, right? Or samsaric beings. So we always think that. Then Shantidevas say, oh, if you think that way, you cannot practice patience. Enemies, if someone really helping you all the time, then no any condition causes of practice patient there, because the doctor is helping you, then you cannot practice with your doctor. Is the doctor really take care of you, and the doctor helping you your what you need to take care. Doctor give you suggestions, he kept helping to you, then you cannot angry with the doctor. You cannot practice with your doctor. If someone always happening to you. So that's the reason you need something different object. Always object is support you, then you can tolerate with them. You have practice patient with them. That is not called the practice patient. Yeah. So you have practice patient with your family. That's we knows, we knows like always practice with the family, practice patient with family. That practice patient is not enough. Practice patient is someone hatred to you. Then you practice patient, become your quality is growing. If you practice patient with your family, because it's attachment practice patient, not the wisdom practice patient. Attachment practice patient is not going to give you anything change, like create, like become causes of like your good qualities, not going to increase in your good qualities. Some like we don't need patience. Something we don't need. You don't have the patience, but you have that patience. Something you need patience, you don't have patience for that. So that's Shantideva giving for us. Some Sarik beings have really good patience with doing some Sarik things. Shantideva says you don't need to put patience for that. When you create causes of happiness, someone give you liberation, then you need practice patience. So Shantideva says, you don't have that patience. Someone giving you open door for liberation. Someone open door for lower realm, then you have patience for that. Someone open door for liberation, you don't have patience for that. So that's the samsaric beings, ordinary beings. So if you have patience, same is like your who give you open door for lower realms, you have patience for them. Same is like that who give you uh, open door for liberation, you have patience, same equal. Then you are already great, You already great. You are become good practitioner. But we have patience with who open door samsara 95%. So we don't have patience who open door for liberation, even 5%. Okay. So that's we have to recognize our own action, So you have to watch your mind, body, speech. You recognize what's going on yourself, right? We know our own experience. So now 111, the sense patient acceptance is produced in dependence upon one with a very heedful mind. That person should be worthy of veneration, just like the sacred Dharma, because he is the cause of patience. So those sense patience acceptance is produced, so that we have to accept, who create practice patience. Because the produce is our practice patience in dependence upon one with a very heedful mind. So we are dependent for these enemies. Long as you have these enemies, they're going to really helping you produce you practice patience. So that's why we are dependent for our enemies, hatred ones. Someone who hated us, you can produce your practice patience. Without them, you cannot produce your practice patience. Then that's the reason we are really dependent for them. That person should be worthy of veneration, just like the secret dharma. So enemies like same is the our treasure is the same as the secret dharma. Uh, because he is a cause of patience. Enemy is the cause of patience. Without an enemy, you cannot practice patience. So that's the reason we respect the enemy is the same as the dharma. Without enemy, you cannot create a practice patience. Now we go to 112 verses. So now this area is very beautiful. The verses is like unbelievable. The Shantideva, you recognize his wisdom and his compassion. Actually, he giving all answers, our thoughts. You know, our emotion answers already give it there, and he giving answers everything there. So like you study this way of Bodhisattva, your question or answer is he giving there. So see, he really care about all these beings, sentient beings. He say, oh, if you think this, then you have to use this method. If you think this, you have to use this method. He giving all this instruction for us. So you really recognize his wisdom and compassion. Therefore, the mighty one has said that the fears of sentient beings is similar to a Buddha fear. For many who have pleased them have thereby reached perfection. So this section is like, you know, it's really great. In the, especially I know that like, you know, Buddhist country and the, like where is it, the Dharma and the Buddhist, like we recognize, oh, we are Buddhist. This who considering they are Buddhist, they always have respect for Buddha. They don't have respect anything for sometimes like other people, especially enemies, animals. So then of course like who always think about the God. They also same thing, you know, their God is special. They don't think about these beings special anything. They don't care about other beings. See, this your verses really give you what means Buddhist. But Buddhist people is followed by creator gods. I mean, you know, their understanding, like their thing is Buddha is creator. And they're pressed to Buddha, they're offering to Buddha, but they don't really care others. So then they always go to temples, ask me, help, Buddha help me, you help me. I need successful, I need winner. The other is need to be loser. So success for my business, success for my family. Who harming me, my business, who harming my family, please loser them. Help me that. That 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 you know, you go to temple, pray for that. Buddha is going to happy or not? If really Buddha going to make you that your wish is successful? Not possible, right? See, the Buddhist people does like that. Many, you know, are growing in the Buddhist culture, and all my neighbors, relatives, everyone like that. So then, of course, whole people mostly like that too. And even sometimes in the like monastic monks also like that too. So I'm very surprising. They have to shoot a lesson this way of a Bodhisattva. Sometimes like people don't study Buddhist teaching and they don't really know any understanding Buddha's teaching and the teaching and what Buddha means, then they just always think they're doing correct, but actually so many these Buddhist people doing wrong things. It's Buddha, if has good thing, Buddha didn't have feeling, negative feeling. We talked already that if Buddha has feeling, he going to cry 24 hours because these Buddhist people torture him. Whatever he said, don't do that. Everyone doing that, So even he said, don't do that, but doing that. Don't praise me, praise for other beings. That just praise Buddha, right? So this verses is really good for have to, this are not the like traditional Buddhist people have to learn. And then like some is I think is Westerner who come to become Buddhist. They recognize like other religions, Buddhist a little bit different than these sections. That's why they're like Buddhists, because Buddha, he didn't say I'm creator. So equal right, everyone has the same equal right, no bias, equanimity, immeasurable love, immeasurable compassion, everything's interdependent. Everyone has ability. And so that teaching is very powerful. Many people understand that teaching, come to Buddhism. They are correct. That is called Wanun Chiji Jindang, means it's sharp intention people, sharp intelligent people follow the Dharma. They're understanding Dharma and then they follow the Buddha. So you study this way of Bodhisattva, then you comes devotion to, like Shantideva and the way of Bodhisattva. You respect these teachings. So that is the, correct way to like follow the Buddha Dharma. But some reason is in Buddhist, many culturally, so we don't have it that way. And just when was young, is a kind of devotions, but they really don't know what means Buddha really. They always think Buddha going to help me. So I have to ask him to help me, and I have to ask him to others loser, I am winner. So that's the many has a mentality like that kind of way. So they're actually 100% wrong and 100% against Buddha's teaching. So see here, therefore the Meti ones has said means Buddha said. Meti ones means Buddha. Why is Meti means like he has immeasurable compassion, immeasurable love, immeasurable wisdom. That's why he is Meti one, has said. That the field of sentient beings is similar to a Buddha field. If you are going to become Buddha, sentient beings, Buddha is equal. Equal means like you respect for Buddha, same is like you have to respect for other beings. So you have respect Dharma, you have to respect for others. You have to respect Sangha, you have to respect for other sentient beings. This all is equal, no difference. If you're going to build the house, you're going to like, okay, so foundations, what you need this object, and also the roof object is the same, right? You need both. You only have a roof object, you don't have foundation object, you cannot build the house. When you're going to drive the car, you need wheel, you need tires. So it's need both. You cannot drive the car without a wheel or without tires, right? So same like that. When you're going to want to become free from samsara, you want to become Buddha, we need these fields of sentient beings, and we need fields of Buddhas too. So you pick a one, attach to one, hatred to others. how you can become Buddha. So, like, example, one mother has like 10 kids. That's example, okay, 10 kids. Like mother love equally for every kids, like immeasurable love everyone. Someone say, okay, I love you, mother, and I really hate your kids. That doesn't help the mother is happy? No, right? Not possible. Because mother love kids, so then you become take care of the kids. Then mother also love you, right? Otherwise, mother cannot be love you because the mother love the kids. Then you hate to your kids. That you torture the kids and like press to mother. Mother cannot accept that. So same like that. You press to Buddha, you hatred to others is no cannot make Buddha is happy. They cannot feel your wishes. And it's some, like especially in the Buddhist culture, like have these problems. Someone like I can see, like easily you can see they go to temple and bow down to Buddha. When they come outside, if you see some enemies, they're ready to harm that. No any intention, just ready to harm that. They don't care about. Some have laws like that too. So this means like you have to respect for equally every beings, not only human beings, all sentient beings. Similar Buddha fare for many, for many who have pleased them, uh, have thereby reached perfections. Many who pleased them means like this, all the bodhisattvas that pleased all these sentient beings, that didn't please the only Buddha, that pleased all these sentient beings, then they become Buddha. So say Shantideva and Buddha Shakyamuni, they don't have their own agenda. Their mind is pure and they are truth. Because that didn't say please me. If someone say please me, support me, then that is like wrong there already. You recognize. So Buddha's teaching, see, he said, investigation me, investigate my Dharma teachings. So you don't have to follow blindly. That means like he don't have any agenda. It's all is opened, clear there. So you can see in the chapter 9, we're going to debating with so many different kind of religions in there. That teachers all have agendas. That no one said, investigation me, investigate my Dharma teaching. That never said, please all sentient beings, not me. That everyone said, I am creator, I'm powerful, can give you happiness. So that means like you praise me, you honor me, okay? So Buddha and Shantideva, they are spiritual. If they want to have agenda, they want to control the people. They say, oh, you have followed me, you praise me, you honor me. They didn't seeking for that. They're not attached to that. The reason is because compassion, wisdom, understanding the absolute true reality phenomena. So that's why they're giving these teachings. Have thereby reached the perfections. All these Buddhas, where is it come from? They are come from please other beings, and then they become Buddha, who please their own benefit. They are in samsara. So we don't have to talk lots. Also, Shantidevas said somewhere else, somewhere else, I think. He said, think about the Buddha and the sentient beings. First, Buddha and the sentient being who are stuck in right now samsara, they are same, we are same. Buddha also ordinary beings, same is ordinary. So he benefit for others. That's why he's become Buddha. He means like he pleased to others. That's why he's become Buddha. Who pleased to ourselves, that beings stuck in samsara. So now we recognize the causes of samsara, causes of Buddhahood. So that is like short teaching, understanding everything, the cause and the effect. Where is the Buddhas come from? Where is the sentient beings come from? So now we go to the 113. Buddha's qualities are gained from the sentient beings and the conquerors alike. So why do I not respect them in same way as I respect the conquerors? So Buddha's qualities are gained from the sentient beings and the conquerors alike. So where is Buddha's quality come from? Object of sentient beings, object of special Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So we need these two objects, ordinary object, special object. So without ordinary object, you cannot practice generosity, you cannot practice morality, you cannot practice patience. Not possible. So without that, you cannot reach the Buddhahood. You cannot get the Buddha's qualities. So without the foundation things house, you cannot build the top of the roof. Right? So when you're going to build the house, first you all have to create these foundations. Then you can put the roof. So without these sentient beings, you cannot get your qualities. You cannot gain your qualities. So that's why Buddha's qualities are gained from the sentient beings. This Buddha's quality is come from source is other beings. Source is other beings. If we wanted to become enlightenment, we have to gain Buddha's quality. We have to recognize where is the source Buddha's quality come from. Source is sentient beings and the conquerors alike. They of course like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha too. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is a special object. So why do I not respect them? Then why we no respect for other beings? Why we respect Buddha? Why don't we don't respect for other beings? That is wrong, right? We have to respect Buddha, special beings, special object, same thing. We have to respect also another ordinary beings too. So otherwise, you never ever can get quality or gain Buddha. You never can gain quality of Buddhas. In the same way as respect the conquerors, we respect for Buddhas. So you have to respect same as other beings too. The reason is you want to become Buddha. You want to get the quality, gain the same as the Buddha. So then that quality is source is other beings. So you have to respect same as Buddha, like the conquerors. Of course, they are not similar in the quality of their intentions, but only in the fruit that they produce. So it is in this respect that they have excellent qualities and are therefore said to be equal. So we have to respect other beings, same as Buddha. So that means like we're not talking about all these beings have same quality as Buddha Shakyamuni. We're not talking about that. Of course, they don't have the same quality as Buddha Shakyamuni, these sentient beings. But the going to produce the Buddha's quality is the same. Buddha also produce Buddha's qualities. Sentient beings also produce the Buddha's qualities. Both are same source. So that part we're talking about the same. Not talking about all the Buddhas. See, of course, they are not similar, in the quality of their intentions, but only in the fruit that they produce. The qualities, like no possible sentient beings' qualities, Buddha's qualities. Buddha has immeasurable love, immeasurable compassion, immeasurable equanimity, immeasurable, it's joy, no bias. So bodhicitta, wisdom, all these qualities, but we don't have that, ordinary beings, we don't have that. Then, but only in the fruit that they produce, means like sentient beings also give the source of the Buddha's qualities the same. So it is in this respect that they have excellent qualities and are therefore said to be equal. So these other beings, ordinary beings, also have good qualities that can produce Buddha's qualities for us. So that's the reason we have to respect same as Buddha, these other beings. So that's why it's and are therefore said to be equal. I think we can leave that today. Time is almost finished. So also I heard the Gachin Rinpoche going to do the Archie empowerment. So you can receive that. You have time to do that. Then Archie empowerment is very important because we're doing every day practice Archie. So you can receive that empowerment today, have good opportunity. Then tomorrow you practice Archie become more different than today, okay? When you receive empowerment. But you have to think about, I'm going to practice Archie like only benefit myself. So that is incorrect here, right? Usually we thinking, like practicing protectors and practice Yadam deities. So as they help us, like remove my obstacles. So now you really, if you know the Dharma, they create you obstacles, but they give you opportunity. Take that obstacle is on the path. Usually your obstacle is obstacle. So it's causes of suffering. Practice Dharma protectors and practice Yadam deities and press to like supplication Tara, so ask to help means. Then their helping is like obstacle is we can take into the path. They can give that blessing for us. Our mind is go into the spiritual and your spiritual practices become more successful. And that helps for release obstacle means like not talking about your worldly obstacle removed. Even you have worldly obstacles, of course, the long as the obstacle is no harming for others, then also sometimes we pray Buddha and helps, the obstacle is not affected your like create causes of suffering. So the main point is when you study way of Bodhisattva, your mind needed to little bit different than other ordinary Buddhist followers who didn't receive this way of Bodhisattva. So other ordinary Buddhists means like who didn't receive way of Bodhisattva, they does things, they always think their own benefit. Help me, help me, help me, help me, remove my obstacle, remove my suffering, help me, I am winner. So always like self there. So when you study way of Bodhisattva, you can remove obstacle without selfish way. So more open mind, wisdomly, you can remove worldly obstacle and spiritual obstacle too. So you can use like more skillful ways remove obstacle. Like of course you can press to Buddha when you have obstacle like your life obscuration. So you can press and like think about I have this obscuration, and also same as other beings also have the same this kind of obstacles. I wish all beings include my obstacle, free from this obstacle, free from suffering. So you can think about a more bigger picture, more meaningful, more effective, more powerful. Then Buddha also become happy to remove your obstacle. Otherwise, only me is not great, right? Others loser is like that doesn't have much. So now you can think about I have this problem. I know so many beings have same as these problems. So I wish all these beings, include my obstacle, is go away. So you can pray for more bigger open mind. Do that way practices become more powerful, useful, and then you not lose your bodhisattva, then you know against Buddha's teaching. Just change letter mindset, Thank you, everyone. So now we're going to do the dedication.
Can you screen share, Michelle?
Maho, in the center is marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapāṇi, the Lord of powerful means. And all the left, Vajrapāṇi and the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is blissful feeling of Devaji. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be bound without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face by the power of the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata Pinzandriya Avam Bodhanaya Soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies' confusion, may all who traverse on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Minjashri will realize ultimate state, and as did Samantha Bada, I will follow in the path, and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of the Great Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank
you,
you.
Khenpo.
Thank you,
See you
Khenpo.
again.
Thank you.
Doing it at 7?
7 o'clock.